Awesome, we have come a very long way. And now we know that every item in the DOM tree is a node. But what are the different node types? Well, the good news is there are only a handful of active, or should I say, relevant node types. Firstly, we've got the most obvious and intuitive, the element node. And bear in mind, we get given codes. Remember when we console logged node type, we got a number returned to us. And this was the number that was returned, 1. Remember that? It's just a code. It's a code that references a specific node type. Here it references an element node, and that's the most simple type of node. It's just an element, like a paragraph or an H1 or a div, etc., etc. But as we saw in the previous lectures, we've got different types of nodes. We've also got a text node, and as you guessed it, this is just the actual text itself. We've also got other types of nodes like CData, section nodes. This is just character data that is not passed by the parser. Don't worry about it, it's not that important for us. We've also got processing instruction nodes. This is typically used with XML to embed application-specific instructions. Again, we don't have to worry about it. We've got comment nodes, which we've seen, pretty obvious. It's a comment, such as boo. We've also got our document node, and this is also simple dimple. This is our root document node. We've also got our document type node, and this is so simple as well. Yep, it's just our doc type HTML declaration. Remember, we mentioned this. And there's only one more active type of node, and that is the document fragment node. FYI, a document fragment node is just a lightweight document object. And sometimes you may want to extract a portion of your document tree and create a new fragment from it. But anyway, these are all the node types. That's great, but what's most useful to us? Well, the 4 most common node types you'll deal with in your career are 1. The document node. This is our entry point into the DOM. 2. You're going to be dealing a lot with element nodes, aka the HTML tags. 3. Text nodes. And yep, as you guessed it, this is all of our text in between the tags. And last but not least, number 4, we've got comment nodes. We can sometimes put very useful information in here. And yes, as we mentioned before, because it's part of the DOM, it does mean that JavaScript can read it from the DOM, which is pretty awesome. To remind you, please note that the DOM structure in developer tools is simplified. Remember, in most instances, text nodes are shown just as text, and there are no blanks, there are no return text nodes shown at all. And this is fine because most of the time all we're interested in are the element nodes. So right now you've learned what a node is. You've learned that there are different types of nodes in your document. The reason this matters is that every single different type of node has different types of methods and properties available to it. That's why it's important to know this. It's important to know what you can do with nodes. But I don't want to skip the gun. We're going to be getting into this in a lot more detail later on in the course. I just want you to know why we're doing it. But we're not quite done with this section yet. There's a few more things I want to discuss.